voting begins in Nigeria to elect a new president. Nigeria will choose a successor to President Muhammadu Buhari, who is stepping down after 8 long years. Nigerians are also voting for the country's 2 houses of parliament, the National Assembly and the Senate. 18 candidates are vying to lead Nigeria, that is facing a series of struggles, the most pressing being a shortage of cash. To win the presidency, a candidate must get the most votes, but also win 25% in 2/3 of Nigeria's 36 states. Now, nearly 90 million people are eligible to vote in Nigeria. About 10 million new voters have registered this year, and most of them are under the age of 34, representing an important bloc if they come out to vote, that is. Over the last 2 decades, Nigeria has witnessed a decreasing trend in the voter turnout. While 2003 saw a turnout of about 69% voters, the last elections in 2019 saw a mere turnout of about 35%. The election comes as Nigerians are struggling to cope with a shortage of cash caused by a plan to swap old banknotes for new ones. The currency swap has wreaked havoc on people's daily lives and led to scenes of violence at banks and cash machines. Now, the presidential elections have in the past often been marked by violence, ethnic tensions, vote buying and clashes between supporters of rival parties. Voting often falls along ethnic and religious lines in Nigeria. If we were to talk about 2019, hours before polls opened, the Independent National Electoral Commission postponed the polls by a week. Now, because of problems in delivering election materials, this is what happened in 2019. Today, most experts see the election body as being more prepared. It has introduced biometric voter IDs to help prevent fraud. Around 400,000 police personnel and troops will be deployed around the country to protect the vote. This is Nigeria's 7th election since 1999, when it left military rule, making this the longest uninterrupted democratic period. The election is being held amid growing security and economic challenges. Thousands have been killed by armed groups as well. In the last year, while many have been pushed into poverty as well because of surging inflation and endemic corruption. Now, Nigeria's election body has given no timeline for results, but votes are expected to be tallied within a few days of the ballot. Because under a 2022 law, the official results have to be confirmed within 14 days of the ballot. For more on this, political strategist Ladi Ogunseye is joining us live from Nigeria. Welcome to WION, Ladi.
Thank you for having me this day. Good morning, everyone.
Ladi, there are 10 million new registered voters, most of whom are less than 34 years old in Nigeria. Do you feel the voting turnout will be better this time, and will the young voters spell a change for Nigeria?
Absolutely. I agree that, and I also agree that the voter turnout will be better. From what I've seen so far in my local government, Mushin local government here in Lagos, Nigeria, the voter turnout has been impressive, especially because right now you just accredit yourself, you get accredited and you vote almost immediately, as against the traditional system where you get accredited and you come back to vote. So the voter turnout is actually better, and it's quite impressive that there are quite a lot of young people below the age of 35 and below that are available to vote, which is an incredible development.
Ladi, elections in the past, at least in Nigeria, have seen a lot of violence and aggression. Should Nigeria expect some such scenes again this year? And what's the security perspective in the country this time?
In my local government is one which is a volatile local government when it comes to election security and violence. And so far, so good. It's been peaceful. A bit of pockets of violence here and there, or appearance of violence has occurred, and the security agents have been up to task. They've been up to par in dealing with these pockets. So I think that from what I've seen so far, I think Nigerians, the citizens of the country, should be rest assured that the security agents are up to par. Unlike before, I can see a lot of armored vehicles patrolling the local government. I can see men of the Nigerian army also patrolling the local government and ensuring that they are on ground and they are available to respond to cases of electoral violence, amongst other things. So I think that this election is definitely a different experience from what we have seen so far in the country in terms of security.
Thank you for all those updates, Ladi.
Thank you.